Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you. I am so sorry I can't be there with you in person, but here I am via video, and I truly appreciate this opportunity to welcome you to Minnesota and to offer my best wishes for your annual conference. Every year at about this time, I've attended the state conference, and I have very fond memories of being there. I remember one time going to the Muslim Business Conference in crutches because it was so important for me to get there about 5 days after I had surgery. Our state is so proud to be home to many Muslim Americans. The most recent estimate is more than 150,000 Muslim Americans who reside in Minnesota. Some have only recently arrived. Others have been here for generations. My daughter attended Minneapolis schools before I elected to the Senate. Now she's out with me here. But when she was in the Minneapolis schools, she was classmates of many, many Muslim students, particularly many Somali students. And I have such fond memories of her class pictures because she's pretty small. And there she'd be, this little short girl with these very tall Somali girls standing next to her. And she got to be good friends of many of them. Minnesota is also proud to have elected the very first Muslim to serve in the United States Congress. I've known Keith Ellison for many years. He was one of the first supporters when I decided to run for United States Senate. He's a remarkable and inspiring leader, a strong advocate for the people he represents. He's also deeply committed to promoting greater understanding between the United States and Muslim people throughout the world. He is really becoming an ambassador from our country, and it's exciting to see it. In Minnesota, this year we also mourn the passing earlier this year of Hesham Hussein, who is known to many of you. He was the highly respected president of Minnesota's Muslim American Society and a major figure in shaping a positive understanding of Muslims in Minnesota. I got to know and work with him right after 9/11, when many Muslims in our state were so concerned that there would be some kind of backlash and hate crimes. And I was the prosecutor for Hennepin County at the time, and he was one of the leaders in reaching out. And we had many meetings, worked together, and I was always proud of the way our office handled that. We had one case that came in where someone, actually a white guy, pretended and made up a story that someone of darker skin had set a fire, and it turned out the guy had said it himself. And so we were able to prosecute him for that. But I wouldn't have been able to do as good a job I did as a prosecutor in reaching out to the Muslim community without him. So we miss him very much. I've always believed that Minnesota's strength and vitality comes from the diversity of our people. Muslims are among those who contribute so much to the richness and the depth of life in our state. Muslims live in all parts of our state, from the cities to the small towns. Muslims are represented in all of our professions: business, law, healthcare, education. I hope there will be more in the future, and I'm sure there will be. As a United States Senator, I'm committed to making our government more accessible and responsible to all people, no matter their religion or their ethnic or national background. That is why I asked Siad Ali to join my Senate staff as a constituent advocate who is also responsible for our outreach with Minnesota's Muslim community. Siad is here with you today on my behalf, and I'm so proud to have him as a member of my staff. In Washington, I represent a tradition of Minnesota leaders, including Paul Wellstone. Now, I don't think anyone could truly stand in Paul's shoes, but to even know that the flag that Paul flew over his office is in my office, to know that everywhere I go in the Capitol, I meet people from the tram operators in the basement that run the trains back and forth to the office buildings to secretaries. They all remember Paul when I say I was from Minnesota, because he treated people with such respect and dignity. And I think part of that, his whole view of the world, that no matter where you come from, this is a country where you can be accepted and you can pull yourself up the ladder and you can do well. I think that was part of the reason that he was able to reach out so strongly to our immigrant community. The last time I saw Paul was actually at a gathering of new immigrants, new citizens. And I was supposed to be there with his wife, Sheila, and she was there. We were telling story of our own immigrant backgrounds when in walked Paul. And I still remember that. It's 3 weeks before a major national election. There's no TV cameras, no newspapers, probably about 30 new citizens. And I always thought to myself, I know why he was there. He was there because he loved Sheila and he wanted to surprise her. But he was also there because he embraced the immigrant community in our state. He embraced this idea that no matter where you come from, you belong in this country. I'm proud to continue Paul's tradition because Minnesota's Muslim Americans are valued residents of our state who add so much to the cultural and economic vitality of our state. One of the great things about Minnesota and America is that we are open to new voices and new perspectives, and our political system is open to all citizens who wish to participate. As citizens, you have the freedom, and some would say the responsibility, to speak up and have your voice heard in our democratic system. I encourage you to do so. And I also thank you for all the times when I was a candidate, when I was in the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, that you would welcome me to your community. And sometimes I would butcher the language, but I would always try my best. Again, I'm honored to welcome all of you to Minnesota. Thank you, and enjoy your conference. Salamu alaikum. Peace be with you.